have known this ELKEN's molecular reform therapy for about 10 years now. So when I first started knowing about this MRT product concept, an important person told me that we need to have a person in the family who can take care of the health of the whole family. And so if there's any problems, you don't need to panic and can also attend to the situation calmly. So at the very least, you need to be able to take care of one's health, right? But to me, the topic of health is something very foreign to me because the things you're not very familiar with, it's really hard to know how to prevent it, right? So that is why we're willing to share the benefits of ELKEN's molecular reform therapy. Because once I learned about MRT, I was able to take care of mine and my parents' health. For many years, my parents and I haven't eaten any medicine, and we don't have the 3 highs, and we're all very, very healthy. But because we're still humans, sometimes we'll feel uncomfortable and unwell as well. So when we are feeling a little bit uncomfortable, we know how to read the signs of the body signals instead of waiting until we get really sick and until we need to go to the doctors, also depend on their medicine. So because a lot of times we're unable to control the unexpected problems or situations that might arise. So for example, in 2019, within 1 year's time, my eldest uncle and my cousin passed on. So my mother was in a situation and it hit her very hard. It made her emotion very unstable, and her emotional instability caused her neck and her thyroid to swell until it broke a blood vessel and also affected her nerve. It was so swollen that her jaw couldn't even open or close anymore. So we needed to provide her food through a tube, and she also needed to undergo surgery. So humans' emotions can really affect a person's body very, very hugely, because if your emotions is imbalanced, it will cause you to fall sick, and this is something you cannot expect. So you need to understand the importance of MRT concept. It's very important itself. At that moment, if you say that you're not panicked, is of course going to be fake, because the doctor said the risk of getting a surgery is really, really big, and it's because it was at the neck. It was located at the neck. It affected the nerve and also the larynx, which is really dangerous because if after the surgery, there's a possibility where she cannot talk anymore, and she'll lose her voice, which is really, really dangerous and also really intense. But because for so many years we've been consuming ELKEN's MRT products and also learning about MRT's concept to take care of our health, so I've waited until I was calm and also finished planning out the surgery schedule. I immediately let my mom use ELKEN's MRT products in mass amounts because my mom knows that undergoing surgery can really affect a person's body negatively. So you must give your body enough nutrients and also sufficient immunity to withhold your body against the surgery, and you can also allow your body to heal faster after the surgery even. So at that time, I let my mom consume Quinton, Alpha Hex, and Genergy. So I remember at that time, every 2 hours, I need to help my mom to drink milk through the tube. And at that time, she could only drink milk and couldn't eat anything at all. So in one day, she needs to drink 10 times, which means that every 2 hours, she needs to drink it. And so I had to make sure that there are no after effects every day. Every day after she finished drinking her milk, I would let her drink 2 ampules of Quinton also, and 1 Alpha Hex, and also 1 teaspoon of Dr. Genergy. So that's 1 time in 1 day. So she would drink 20 ampules of Quinton, 10 soft gels of Alpha Hex, and 10 teaspoons of Genergy per day. So my mom, from when we realized that there was something wrong with her body until we're waiting for a surgery schedule, my mom was super okay, and it was as if there was no problem at all. And the doctor would tell my mom that your body is super okay, and we just needed to undergo surgery. And at that time before surgery, I also gave her the same amounts of supplements to consume, and she was also able to safely come out of the surgery room. And after the surgery, her condition was also so good that after the surgery, when the nurses pushed her into ICU room, not long after, she woke up. And at that time, I didn't know because we still couldn't see her. By the time I was able to see her, she was able to talk already, and she was already wide awake, and she seemed really healthy. A lot of people after surgery, always have after effects like vomiting, but my mom didn't have any of these after effects. So we continued to give her Kington, Alpha Hex, and Zenergy to allow her body to heal. On the second day, in the early morning, she could already change into the normal patient room. And because after the surgery, she had to blow 3 balloons. It was really special. And after the surgery for 2 days, she was able to blow 2 balloons. And the third day, she was able to blow 3. So the doctor at that time told my mom, wow, auntie, your body is really great. It's really quat. And at that time, when I heard it, I felt super happy. And after the 2 days, she was able to leave the hospital and she didn't need to take any medicine or do anything. Until now, her body is still really, really good because her fingers were really damaged. So when she went to the bank, they cannot scan her fingerprints. So through this process, it allowed my mom to get back her fingerprints and healed very properly. So I'm really, really grateful to ELKEN's molecular reform therapy because under such frantic and unexpected situations, I was still able to give my mom the best supplements. Because the human's body is already the best doctor of itself, it will give out signals and it can heal by itself. So as long as we're able to give our body the materials that it wants, then our body is able to do all of the work by itself. So if we don't know this concept, then we'll give our bodies or our family bodies to other people and for other people to be responsible for it. So instead of our own body curing itself, it will become like a lab rat where we consume supplements or medicine without appropriate measures. It will really create an increased burden to our body. So I really want to thank ELKEN's series of products and also ELKEN's molecular reform therapy concept for helping my mom and my whole family. So this is the end of my sharing. So thank you, everyone.
Wow, thank you for Moon's sharing. And after listening to his sharing, we know that MRT concept is truly can help with his parents, his family. And through this MRT concept, we are able to recover ourselves and to find our health in general. And besides helping his mother, besides helping moms, actually, it is also important for kids who are currently studying. After listening to Moon's sharing, actually, I have interviewed him before, and actually his mom uses this tube to drink milk, and this happened for almost like for a whole month, and for a whole month the mom wasn't able to really eat anything. But then because of MRT concept, the mom was able to have enough nutrients in order to undergo the surgery. So now let's give another big applause for Moon for sharing.